Welcome to your yoga flow. This flow is supposed to allow you to feel invigorated in the body and feel more spacious and have more clear thoughts, and most of all, just feel good when you finish it. So let's start standing. Come to the very top of your mat. Have your feet facing forward and roll the shoulders up, down, back in space. Let the eyes slide closed for a moment. Just feel the feet grounding down into your mat. Palms are facing forward to naturally help open up through the chest and shoulders. Inviting in a nice big breath in and big breath out. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up towards the ceiling, fingertips coming to meet at the top, gaze, scale, and lift. Exhale, bend your knees, swan dive all the way down, letting your head hang heavy. Let yourself rock forward and back between the heels and the balls of your feet. Head is heavy like a bowling ball. And gradually heel to the feet a little bit wider and a little bit wider till they find the edge of your mat. Grab opposite elbows and let yourself sway side to side. Feeling the way you sway into one hip crease and into the other, letting your spine decompress, letting yourself find a little bit more space. Sit bones tipping high to the sky. Good work. All right, from here, lift up halfway, hands to shins or thighs, flattening your back. Feel the vertebrae pulling and become spacious between each vertebrae. Spine is long. Big breath in. Exhale, fold back down. Good. Bring your heels in. Keep the toes out so you have a diagonal line with the feet. On your next breath, lift up halfway again. You're going to feel an external hip rotation. Exhale, float forward. This time we're adding on lift up halfway, airplane the arms back in space. As you exhale, you're bending your knees, floating your arms forward. You're in an external hip opener. Exhale, press your hands back in space. So it's going to feel a little bit different than if you were doing a half lift into a chair because our hips are externally rotated. Last one. Exhale, fold all the way down, bring the heels back, and pad your feet back to about hip distance. Good. Bend your knees a lot. Reach your arms up towards the front wall in front of you. Scoop your chest up. Keep reaching all the way up towards the ceiling. Open your arms wide. Open through the chest. Exhale, relax. Good. Right foot steps forward. Left foot takes a big step back in space. Let's find high lunge. So prop that back heel up high. Hips are squared off. Reach your arms up high to the sky. Draw the shoulders down. Settle into the pose first. Just notice how the body's feeling today. If you need to adjust or shimmy anything around, now's your time. Returning to the breath. Good work. All right, from here, you're going to bend your back knee, sink it down towards the mat, prop it back up to straighten. Bend your back knee, sink, and straighten. Sink, and straighten. So our breath is really active here. It's supporting us with our movement. 2 more. 1 more. Good work. From here, arms airplane back in space. Hinge your chest forward over the front knee. Pull the arms in closer, palms facing towards one another. Hold it here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Step forward, find chair, arms sweep up. Sink in a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. Good. Fold it forward. Good job. Hanging heavy. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step back to plank. Let's flow through. Keep the knees lifted or lowered, you're choosing today. Active through your hands. Draw the shoulders back, chest pulling forward, back the neck stays long, breathing in. Exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga push-up. Inhale, peel your chest up halfway. Exhale, fold back forward. Flip your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now we've only done one side of our crescent lunge series, so you might feel a little different from one side to the other till we even it out, exploring that possible imbalance. Paddle out through the feet. Good job. Alrighty. High on your heels. Bend your knees deeply like you're loading a spring. Hop or walk to the top of your mat. Let yourself hang heavy for a breath. Bend your knees. Exhale, arms reach forward to the ceiling. Control through your spine. Control through your chest. Lift straight up to the ceiling. Good. Arms open up. Peel that chest. Fold back down. Or don't fold. Just drop the hands down. Good. Okay. Now let's even out our side. So now left foot steps back. Right foot is high. That back heel props up high, high, high. Okay? Check in those hips, squaring them off. Bracing through the core. Zipping up through your belly. Hold it here. Connect back to your breathing. Maybe you challenge yourself with closing the eyes, noticing how your balance is. Really glue down that front big toe if you're doing that. It will really help support you. All right, here we go. Bend your back knee, sink it down towards your mat, straighten it back up. You're aiming to have your back knee and your shin come into a 90-degree angle. Sink and lift. Sink and lift. Two more. Back heel still propped open. I'm going up and down like a carousel horse. Here we go. Hinge forward. Chest reaches forward. Arms reach back in space. Long spine. Roll those shoulders up, down, and back. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good work. We're adding on here. I want you to bring your right hand down all the way towards the floor. Shimmy your back toe so you can sink your hips down. Wind your left arm up towards the ceiling, opening to a twist. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good work. Lower down. Switch the legs. So you're stepping back to a plank. Right foot steps forward. Now reach your right arm high to the sky, twist. We're going to keep alternating. Step back to plank. Left arm forward, or left foot forward, and arm down and right. Now as you flow through this, I invite you to find a pace that serves you. So if you want to get a little more heated today, you can go a little quicker. Try and keep the hips down. If you want to digress a little bit, if you want to make it a little more gentle, soften your knee on each twist. And that's going to allow you to move a little slower, finding maybe a modified plank in between. Good work. Let's keep that going. You have a few more breaths, whichever variation you've chosen to move through. And then meet me in a plank when you're done this next one. Plank pose. Knees can be lifted or not, bracing through your core. Big breath in. Bend your elbows, send your elbows back. Tricep push up, press back up. Inhale, lower down halfway. Press back up. 3, 2, 1. Send your hips back in space. Good work. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Flip the toes, guide your shoulders back over top of your wrists. Find downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Let's open the hip crease. Bend your knee like you're trying to kick your bum with your heel. Chest shines through towards your shin. Big breath in. Big breath out. Look between your hands. Step your foot through quietly. Press your back heel down so the toes turn to the long edge of your mat. Windmill your arms up. Warrior 2. Good. All right. I like to take a bit of a longer stance in a warrior 2. And check your mat. If you had a Sharpie line right down the middle of your mat, your front heel's on the Sharpie, and the back arch of your foot is. So here we go. Sinking in. Palms flip. Exhale. Hold it here. Straighten your front knee. Hinge forward. You're hinging over your hip crease. So you're bumping your bum. Think about you're bumping your hip towards the back wall. And reaching the fingertips up and forward. Wind the chest open, reach your top arm high to the sky. Let's flow between the two. Bend your knee, reach up and back, exhale. Exhale, hinge up and over. Bend your knee, exhale. Exhale, hinge. One more. Good work. Look down at your mat. Bring both hands down. Step back to plank. Option to float your back leg, right leg floating if you wish. Tricep push-up, chaturanga push-up. Peel up halfway or all the way. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Still pressing down. All 10 fingers, all 10 knuckles. Left leg floats high. Bend your knee, open up that hip, kick your bum with your heel. Look between your hands, sweep your knee through, underneath of you, step your foot through, stick your landing, back heel pivots down, toes face the long edge of your mat, windmill it up and open, warrior two. Extend your stance a little bit longer, arms extend out long, gaze just past those front fingertips, land in your pose. Can you sink in a little bit more? Palms flip. Exhale. Straighten the front knee. Now you're bumping your right hip back as you tip up and over your left hip crease. Reach up and over. Triangle pose, chest open, shoulders stack. Reach those fingertips high. Inhale, bend your knee, reach back. Exhale, tip up and over, triangle. Inhale, exalt. Exhale, forward. One more. Cartwheel hands down to your mat. Back left foot might float as you step back into plank. Chaturanga push-up. Peel up halfway or all the way. Downward facing dog. Good work. Okay, from here, coming up to hands and knees. I want you to just hold it here. Brace through your core. Press away from your mat. Big breath in. Big breath out. Now here, you can really make this active. Belly button, drawing up and in. Rib cage is contained. The back of the neck is long. In through your nose. Out through the mouth. All right, take your right arm. Extend it forward in front of you like you're shaking someone's hand. Move all of your weight so it balances between your left hand and your right leg, freeing up the left leg to extend it long. Hold it here. Flex the back toes. Lengthen as if your right fingertips could touch the wall ahead of you. Your back foot could press into the wall behind you. Breathing in. On your exhale, elbow to knee, curl underneath of you, kissing. Inhale to reach. Exhale, draw it in. Only one more. Here we go. And they soften back down. Good job. Give the wrist a quick little roll if you need to. Come back to a strong quadruped or tabletop, depending on what you wish to call it in your practice. Bracing through your core. Let's start with left arm extending forward in front of you. Shift the weight so you can free up your right leg to extend back behind you. Hold it here. Flex your back toes. Lift up and away from the mat. Here we go. Let's connect elbow to knee. Exhaling as they kiss. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, length. Exhale in. Last one. Here we go. Reach. Exhale. And soften. Amazing. All right. Flip around. Nice work. Find me in seated. Land with the shoulders down away from your ears. In through the nose. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Amazing. Okay, last stretch. Here we go. Right leg out long. Extend it on a diagonal. Flex the toes. Find a nice tall spine. We're going to transition between a side bend and a twist. So let's start with your left arm reaching up and over, reaching towards your toes. Come back up to straighten. Drop your hand down by your side. Now your right hand is twisting over, pressing on the outside of your knee. Twist your spine. Inhale up and over, side bend, reach towards the extended toes. Inhale, straighten back up, twisting towards your left. Inhale. And exhale. One more. And unwind. Switch it up. Flex the toes. Ensure that your leg's out on an angle instead of straight out in front of you. Now right arm reaches up and over, side bend. Sit up straight, twist to your right. Inhale up and over. Exhale, twist to your right. And again. And release. Good. All right, that's it for today. If you have time, give yourself a shavasana or maybe a meditation to round out your practice. But otherwise, congratulations on just making it to your mat and moving your body. I hope you feel good, and I'll see you next time.